You want to
Hello,
talk into it?
Internet. Welcome back to Terminal. We have babies sitting on laps this time.
It's true. Tally, say hi. Tally, say hi.
So far, it's
I have
just
no
the. I think so far it's just the one baby, unless my dog decides to Kool-Aid Man through the door.
I have no idea if that hi came through.
It
did
did.
come
The,
through.
the
Very barely, but
faintest
yes.
little, the faintest
little
little.
high.
Tally, do you want to say it into the microphone? This is a microphone. Say it. Say hi.
I
Okay,
heard something.
it's kind of like.
Yeah, she's
Kinda like
there. There's something coming through. That counts.
Baby's
Yeah,
cute.
good enough.
Baby cute.
Baby, very adorable. But yeah, after last time, you guys helped save the boardwalk and the Ferris wheel, and also Christmas.
Mostly
Very important.
Christmas.
Mostly Christmas.
Some of you gained some information, though. Let's start off with a little bit more information coming in. Those of you who didn't know, Good Spirits has a request for some information from Dr. Oda.
Oh no.
And she finally rings you up to say, hey, I found it out. Where do you want to meet?
So my default is park, unless Iota actually has a base of operations or something.
She has a base of operations that is going to remain secret as long as she can keep it secret.
I'd go for park if I'm the one answering.
Park
I'm sure
is
we
good.
could find it if we. I'm sure we could find it if we put our minds to it.
Yeah, but like, do we have a reason to?
No.
No.
Yeah.
You literally just need to ask.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question, Good Spirits. Are you going to let the rest of your team in on this meeting?
See, the thing of the fact that it was information that spreads that therefore makes it harder to deal with.
Yeah.
I'm going to let people know that I'm going to meet with Iota, but I'm not going to tell them anything else.
I mean, I'm gonna ask. Do you want backup?
Yeah, I probably should be fine. Though if people can be on standby in case something goes wrong.
Mr. Conductor will tell you if you need help. Walk around the fountain 5 times.
As
Okay.
the craziness of how to contact Mr. C continues.
It's
I mean,
easy to track.
I'll patrol the area. I'd rather count on myself being able to get there rather than wait for Mr. C.
I think, given my lack of stealth, I will probably wait on the train as backup.
I think on the fact that I am a Herald journalist and I need to write 14 articles about the random shit that happened just yesterday, I'm gonna be like, cool, if you need me, Mr. Conductor, send the train.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, you have to write
Deadlines.
so many articles about yesterday.
Ruth is just like looking at literally everything and she's just like, well, maybe, no, not that,
I'm looking forward to whether or not Good Spirits as a cat becomes public knowledge or not.
We'll see.
Bitch, me too.
So, one that you definitely get this one. Anyway. So, Anna will be waiting in the park, basically in superhero getup plus some sort of you don't notice her until she turns it off device.
Cloaking device. Dan, have you made us communicators yet?
No, that was definitely illusion magic coming out of a device.
Yeah, cloaking device.
I think, yes, I'm pretty sure I did roll for that last session.
Yes, you finally have radios.
Nice.
Are these like basically just walkie-talkie type things?
I don't know. How much can I get away with, Nick?
I'm gonna say it's big enough to be obvious. Like it'll be you'd have like a headset or a walkie-talkie. It's not,
I feel like
tiny thing in your
walkie-talkie.
ear.
Listen, this is noir. walkie-talkies are cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's walkie-talkies that work anywhere in the city, basically. You have not yet figured out how to talk to people in train space.
You get it?
Wait, you can't talk to me on my train?
Not while you're in train space.
I mean, if two people are in train space, the walkie-talkies work for the people in train space, but they do not cross train space to regular space. Yet.
So I assume if we go into other realms, it would be the same thing as well.
Pretty much, yeah.
Let me try installing it globally on this machine.
Your thing's coming
It's
through
feeding
again.
through your mic. It's feeding through your mic again. But yep, I was there waiting. Waves over against me. It's like, hey, finally got back from getting that information. She definitely looks a bit worse for the wear from all this. Like slightly gaunter.
You doing okay?
Tries to pay for finding this out. It's not really a problem. I'll be fine. I just have to take some supplements for a couple of days.
Yeah, that sounds healthy.
Speaking of which,
Tom will shrug and offer a
pills,
drink.
Downs a pill. Oh, no. Alcohol acts really badly with these. Can't do it at least a week.
Shrug. Take a sip myself instead.
Yep.
Man, if I knew things, I would be questioning of whether or not this is radiation sickness.
If only someone in this party knew what that was. Alas, we don't have capitalism with us. I mean, all right.
Trying to think in this. Actually, radiation sickness is probably a thing most of this party worries about. I was thinking who'd be like, is anyone immune to that or just doesn't care? And there's not that many people.
No.
Like, I think Sean and I don't care, and I think everyone else cares greatly.
Though it's also not likely to come up that much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're pre-atom bomb.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really something in the public consciousness.
But she's using future. When did Marie Curie operate? Hey, science fact of the day, kids. Time to learn about Marie Curie.
Okay, who has Wikipedia? Who's done the search?
I'm doing it.
I have a tiny sharp knife in my hand, so I will let others do this.
Let's see.
Fool.
No, like
she would have been activated. She would have. Her research would have occurred by now.
Yep.
1903. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
So
Marie
radiation
Curie's
isn't
been
a
dead for like
quantity.
20 years.
Yeah,
No.
No, she's
not been dead. She's not dead yet. She's almost dead.
Oh, okay. Oh no, that's the research dates, not the data for life. Okay.
Yep.
But
So,
her research is.
And problems from it are known, but like not really outside of particular scientific communities right now.
She founded the Curie Institute in 1920, and then one in Warsaw in 1932. During World War I, she developed radiography units, provide X-ray services to field hospitals. Okay, so we have X-rays at this point.
Yep.
So
it's sort
I guess
of known,
radiation,
but not something you'd ever think about, really.
Probably known, but not the dangers of it.
Yeah.
Like,
and
I don't
probably
think
not by our group.
Yeah, like maybe capitalism, but even that's a bit of a stretch.
This still feels fairly specialized. Yeah, she won the Nobel Prize in 1903, so this is not unknown.
And I will say, absolutely certainly no one has made medicine to fix it.
Oh, fuck no.
Ooh, she had an affair.
Ah.
Spicy.
Wait, she fucking did?
Yeah, apparently. And she revealed she had a year-long affair with physicist Paul Langevin, a former student of her husband's.
I did a research paper on her in middle school, and I feel betrayed that I did not learn this fact.
Mm-hmm.
This resulted
And
in
it was
press
just, their
scandals.
couple is so fucking cute. Fantastic.
This was exploited by her academic opponents.
Hate to see a girl boss winning.
Was the guy was misrepresented in the tabloids as a foreign Jewish homewrecker. Oh boy.
Wow.
That's
There's a lot to
right. The
unpack
anti-Semitism was just a lot more blatant back then.
Yeah, it was.
Or at least it was, and now we've kind of boomeranged back around.
Yeah.
I guess it's on a 100-year nostalgia cycle.
Oh my god. Just like the
Hooray.
plague.
Too real.
Just like the plague. Fuck.
Ah, damn it.
No, that was not me.
Oh, just
I
don't
just-
say that, because that means we're boomeranging back to a world war.
Okay.
No.
I mean, we
Oh,
already knew
Imagine-
that. We already knew that. That's fine. It is
Yeah,
what it is.
Russia's trying pretty hard to make that one happen.
Oh, I hate the cycle of human memory.
Okay,
Yep.
anyways, the game. Yeah.
Back to
Anyways,
fantasy.
Back to the
History.
The escapism.
back to
History
escapism.
fact
I was
done.
gonna look at Goodspeed's like, all right, so same deal as last time. What do you want to know? I know a lot more now, which means I can't stop it.
I
Can you,
think I
keep
have
your-
a way of stopping it, but I need
Sean,
to. Yeah.
Sorry, can you keep your radio on during this so I can listen in?
Would I have remembered to have turned the radio off? Or is the radio needing to be turned on by default?
I think it has to be turned on.
Foundry, would the radio have to be turned on or off by default?
Because, like, whatever default state it would have been when I started this conversation after we got them, is what it's going to be in. My character will have not thought of the thing of either, okay, I need to turn this on or off, or that is a thing I have control of. I have been recently given this weird piece of human technology I have no understanding of.
I mean, I feel like the default is off, but you would have been told, like, hey, when you get there, turn this on.
Push the shiny red button.
What?
I think I need to flip a coin for this.
No, Sean. I think you need to roll me an overcome related to understanding technology.
So, is principle of immortality the opposite of a penalty to this?
I mean,
No, you
this
just
also
can't-
could just be one of those self-invoked complications.
Yeah, you could self-invoke a complication.
Yeah, I think I'll self-invoke a complication related to immortality, either whichever you want of immortality or chaos, immortality because of the thing of like, how does this thing, what is this thing?
All right,
Chaos
and,
because I'm not thinking about it, I can't remember remember to follow instructions.
okay, and with that invoked complication, the radio is on, and all of you can hear this if you're not in train space.
I'm definitely listening, not in train space.
Okay.
I'm
So I'll
probably
say
also
the
not
thing
sure.
of, I think I figured out a way to stop it, but I need to know when it happens.
All right, well,
I think if I'm ready when it is about to happen, if I'm in the area and I know it's about to happen, I can prevent it.
all right. I don't have the exact time, but it's going to happen in about 3 days when the Italians and the Irish really start fighting. And with that statement, all of you listening in can feel something magical constrict around yourselves.
Wait, what?
That is now something you know will happen, and you cannot prevent it.
Because we know about it.
Will the thing
I
happen?
don't know about it.
Will she be on scene when that happens, or will she be doing this elsewhere?
She'll show up. I'm not sure if it happens before or after she does. There's only so much detail I can get.
Okay, if can find out more,
I'm
let
gonna
me
need
know.
more uranium, and I don't think we have the time.
Okay. Well, if you get any forewarning or anything else, then let me know. And maybe I'll see if I can do some research on my end on like how she'd accomplish this, so I can have a better picture.
I know exactly how she's going to, and I'm not telling you in hopes that you can stop.
Fair enough. I think I should be able to mess with it.
So to be clear, the
But-
thing that they can't prevent is the Irish and Italians breaking out into more fighting.
Yes.
Everyone who was listening on the radio cannot prevent a fight between the Irish and the Italians that happens in 3 days.
Yep.
Okay. Do we know who the she you're talking about is?
Currently, no.
I wasn't actually intentionally not saying the name, but you know what? This works out better.
Okay. So.
Well, I was
so-
intentionally keeping details sparse because of the fact of the, oh, anything say might become magically binding.
So Dan and I cannot stop this.
Oh no, I can. I'm on the train.
Yeah.
Oh, so I can't.
You can't, and Ruth can't.
Is Ruthless? I wasn't sure if Ruth was listening in.
Actually, no, I think Ruth said send a train, so Ruth actually didn't hear that at all.
Oh yes, yeah. So right now it's Boogeyman and Good Spirits cannot stop that.
Yep. Well, I'll need to see what I can do to mitigate that as best that fight as best as possible, since I can't stop it from happening. These are fucking annoying. But yeah, I think I should be able to stop the bigger problem, but but there's probably gonna be some cleanup that I can't do after the fact in order to make sure that doesn't occur.
Iota looks very conflicted for a moment and then says nothing.
Yeah. So my team might need a little bit of a bit of a hand after.
After I can help it, before getting you this information locked in a lot of things.
Yep. No, that fair enough, but
Right now, Gamma knows some of it, not all of it.
okay. Well, thanks. Let me know if you need anything in exchange.
At some point, more uranium from your good pal, who's very concerning.
Yeah, that he can make whatever that is pretty easily. It looks like, so sure.
Just gonna hand you a thing. Put it in this next time. Okay, pretty sure no one got exposed, but put it in this next time. It's a very heavy, really big thermos from Good Spirit's perspective.
Huh. Okay. I thought you usually put science stuff in beakers, not thermoses. Yes. Yes, for people's information, based off capitalism and good spirits not being that smart, a beaker full of uranium was just delivered to her previously.
That's so bad.
The people that don't know what radiation is, and also don't need to care about it.
Oh, that's
All right. I mean, look, I'll take a sip. I'm sure it's fine.
But yeah, I'll make sure. But yeah, if this is better than a beaker, I'll make sure he puts it in this next time.
Mm-hmm. It's really heavy.
Yeah, that is kind of being like lifted, almost dropped, looking around and kind of the thing of I had to decide to come by myself.
I'm gonna wait until like is she gone?
Yeah, she's gonna head out. Assuming Good Spirits has no more questions.
Yeah, like if Aida wants to hang out when she's feeling better, then there's that. But like, it seems like she needs to recover. It seems like she's not feeling well and like should take some time off.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Always sucks
So
to get sick. I don't know how that happened.
Once she leaves, I'm gonna come in over the radio. I'm like, trust me, getting sick's overrated. Hey, spirits, couldn't help but overhear that. Can we talk a little? I feel listening in might have restricted my options a little bit here.
Good Spirits almost like drops the radio, having forgotten what it is. Yeah. Do you mind coming over so you can help carry this?
Yeah, sure. And I'm gonna come out of the dark. I'm like, so what why exactly do I feel bound to not be able to like stop the thing we heard about?
Fate and prophecy can be bullshit.
Great. Okay. Well, let's
Yeah, it's really only supposed to be like the fate's really supposed to just be a human this nonsense is really only supposed to be a human problem. It's annoying.
yeah, I can hear that. Now well, if that's the case, we need to make sure to keep this not secret, but we should not tell everyone else the details here if that is what binds them.
Yeah,
Is
so
Are we able to communicate anything about this situation in a way that can let our friends and teammates stop this?
I'm a little unclear because malicious prophecies and the whole like, okay, I tell you something and then you're bound by it and like you're trying to stop it then causes it, yada yada yada, wasn't really my thing. It's just
I mean, could we
way
like
too much
oh,
effort for the payoff.
I mean, could we be at this place to deal with something and not tell them what?
We could
Or is that
do the
like
thing of we could let them know that there's yeah, we could let them know that there's going to be problems happening to be at this place and we can get ready for it. We can do some stuff to try and like kind of push what the outcome is going to be.
long as we're not specific?
As long as we're not specific. Nick, what is the exact binding?
The answer is for keeping other people free, I'm going to have you guys make overcomes.
Okay.
For
Okay.
you two figuring out enough about magic and prophecy and the right way to phrase things to not accidentally bind any of your teammates to the prophecy.
I mean, this also could be a favor we call in our boy for.
I had told off on that.
We got 7 uses of him. At some point, we should pull him out.
Yeah, but not unless we need to for this.
All right. Do you think you know enough then to phrase this correctly? This isn't
Oh, for
exactly my
phrasing it
specialty.
correct. Oh, you want to pull him in for phrasing things.
Yeah, like he probably knows.
Yeah.
He's a contract man. He probably knows how to do this correctly.
Are you sure you want to bind him to that knowledge, though?
Yeah, that's the thing of
That's a good point.
here. Just help me figure out how to phrase it correctly, and
Sure, I'm gonna
I'm not
boost you
really
then.
the make a deal with Mortals one, but outside of like the short term. But yeah, I can try.
All right, I'm gonna try to. Do you want to make the overcome on this? I'll try to
I'll
boost
make the
you.
overcome
All
because
right,
I
I'm gonna
think
try to boost. I will try to use investigation and intuition to give you as much general knowledge as I can think about how phrasing this to humans would work.
Yep.
and then I will be rolling Principle for Mortality because I'm an immortal Fae. And
So
those make deals, exact work deals all the time.
so I'm gonna add a +1 to this for dealing with Ruth because that is a thing I took as a leftover.
I
And I'm
fucking love you.
That's fantastic.
And I feel like this is very fitting because I'm like, I need to do this in a way that won't prick her curiosity.
Yup.
Not enough to have boosted further, unfortunately, but it is a 5. So that makes it a 2. So you get a +2 on this roll. Oh, sorry. No, it's middle. It's all 3. Never mind. You just get a 1.
Okay.
Oh well.
Oh well. Sometimes you roll bad.
Yep. I mean, it's not too bad on a boost to do that.
Yep. So that is a +1. I don't think I want to use any of my existing boosts because I think the +2 fuck fate is going to be necessary later. And I don't think I want to spend the hero points because assuming that we're hitting these 3 days in this one, I'm going to really need everything then, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I am pretty sure I don't have a power for this. Unless I can use Infernal because deals with the devil and all that.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, you really don't
would
have a
this
power
be?
for this.
Can I use otherworldly mythos, or would this have to be Fake Cat?
This can be otherworldly mythos.
And green is so I have 2 d10s and a d4.
That's not horrible.
Yeah,
Luckily, he's
that
rolling for
D4 doesn't screw-
max.
and I'm using my max, and I have a +1.
I mean, hopefully that should be all right.
6, which I believe is still a success.
Success with a minor twist. All right. Out of game, I'm going to tell you guys, you are in character or confident you found an answer out of game. Some amount of this is going to get applied. What it is will be based off what you tell people.
Okay. I'm gonna. I mean, based on what you say, like I'm gonna let you tell them what you need to tell them.
Are you calling the team in
Okay.
for a big meeting?
Yeah, let's call everybody up.
I hate this cough. I hate this cough so much.
Mr. Conductor will show up when you walk around the appropriate stuff.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to get everyone back together to meet up.
Meet up at the bar.
Okay. So, because magics other than my own are just bullshit, I need everyone to prepare for and be ready to help protect people and deal with problems in 3 days' time. I need everyone to be ready to quickly. Everyone needs to be kind of ready to quickly act, and Mr. Conductor, I need you. If I ask you to send me somewhere, to send me there as quickly either quickly as possible or the exact moment I say to send me.
I'll do what I can, but depends on where you need to go.
I take it there's a reason we're being intentionally vague.
Nick, I have a question.
Yep.
Do I feel that this is bound to what I learned at the Italian's manor? Can I still act on that? Or is this tied to that?
Well, so here's the thing. You have an inkling it's tied to that, but you're not positive.
So as long as I stay not positive, I can still do something about it.
Pretty much.
In that specific regard.
Yep.
Okay, so I am not going to connect the events to any. I am not going to tell anyone else that I suspect there might be a connection because I feel like that will only make things worse,
Mm-hmm.
myself included.
Mm-hmm.
My response to if you do you should I give I think I have a response to give to is there a reason we're being intentionally vague, and it is Prophecies are a bullshit magic, and there's a reason why I don't do them. They're no fun.
If you couldn't tell us details, isn't the general idea that we just have to be ready at the drop of a dime?
Well, like, kinda, but you have a bit of an idea of when the dime's being let go and about to hit the ground.
Okay, but still, it's happening sometime in 3 days is still 24-hour period in which you're just kind of waiting.
We can probably work to figure out a little bit more about what's going to go down, but
So
and that can
weird
give you guys a better idea.
I mean, is that what? I'm honestly just very confused about this meeting. And that might just be
Look,
because I'm kind of new, but it also doesn't seem like we're.
It's unfortunate, but the less you know here, the more successful we're going to be, and that's not because we don't trust you. It's basically because of what Spirit said there. The
yeah.
more you know, the less you can help.
So look, unlike other times where we had to be doing searching around and trying to find the problem, we know when the problem's coming, and we have that time to prepare. Can't really
Alright.
tell you much past that, but
Okay, but I don't know whether or not this is going to be like the equivalent of a magic time bomb or like an arms race or the shootout, and those are things that are very different to prepare for. Like I don't. Like, is this this is a thing that I should just be like talking to the newsies about to figure out what the hell is going on, or like, can I not do that? Do we have to do radio silence for like the next 3 days? Like,
I mean, I feel like anything you guys do and share amongst each other should be fine.
Amongst each other, does that count you or does that exclude you?
You can tell me things, I can't tell you things.
Oh, gee, I love that. Take a swig of my drink. Angry.
There's just a shrug and also takes a swig.
It's gonna be great, guys. It's gonna go great.
So basically, we gotta do the runaround to tell you all the information, and you gotta kind of work with what you're working with to figure out what you can and can't do.
Yep. As said, this is no fun bullshit magic. There's a reason why I don't do it.
This meeting could have been a sentence telegram of look into your networks, stop, and then just end the message there.
Okay, how about something a little more concrete then? You know, we've got to act on the second thing we know is what we learned when we were at the Italians' base of operations. That is a problem we actually can act on, which we do need to talk about.
Oh, I'm all for that.
So, Nick, remind me what we learned specifically, just because, like, I'm trying to remember.
There was a letter from Felix to Mr. Veronino about trying to bait their greatest rival into, quote, a foolish maneuver, and the very simple way of doing this would be for Veronino to show his face at a restaurant. It was not specified which restaurant. Ruth takes out her little notebook as she reads this off.
Well, that's something we can kind of narrow down, though, right? Like, I have enough knowledge of, like, the restaurants they frequent that we can probably narrow it down, right, Nick?
Oh yeah.
So I think should we make an overcome for that?
Yep. Go for it.
All right, who wants to? I feel like this is my role to make. Who wants to boost me?
I feel like it's appropriate for me to boost you since, you know,
Hmm.
Nosy journalist.
nosy journalist. I'm gonna use that skill and also intuition
Mm-hmm.
for
Okay.
this.
Because I'm going to roll with Principle of the Underworld on this one.
Ooh, that's
thank
a
you
good
for
boost.
that. A +2
That-
boost.
That's a +2.
What can I say? I'm a nosy journalist.
Yep.
All right. All right. I'm going to roll then with what I have and hopefully not get garbage.
Let's say big money. Oh.
It is at least a 5 after that boost.
Yes. I think what we're gonna have in here is the combo of this twist and the other twist is. Let me just.
I mean, is this a case where we have to like narrow it down to 2 or 3 places and got to split up?
Oh no! It's not that at all. I mean, I'm just looking up at a map of Chicago for a second.
That's a good sign.
Oh, also, Dan, after the scene, we need to have a private scene. You and me.
Mm-hmm.
The boogeyman is just going on so many field trips with people.
It's true.
Yeah.
He really is.
No, that's supposed to be your job, Zuko.
Okay,
It's
takes off there.
True.
Now, let's go ahead and do something else. Let's
Background. Okay, yep.
I feel the let's do something else.
I just looking for which has the largest dollar signs. Give me a sec. You know what? Yeah, a pretty expensive restaurant that may or may not have actually existed in 1925, which is a CCO meal. You're pretty sure that's going to be the one, given how the mafia works. And unfortunately, the combo of the two twists means Ruth puts 2 and 2 together and feels the weight of fate clasping down on her actions.
Oh, God damn it.
Fuck.
That was going to happen to somebody eventually.
Looks at the notes and just goes, oh, fuck.
Like, as she's writing notes, she thinks for a second and goes, oh, that must be the thing they were talking about. Feels magic weighing her down. Oh, no.
God damn it, deductions! I shout out loud after saying, oh, fuck.
Your nosy journalist powers have been used against you.
No! Evil. Evil.
Look, Foundry and Mr. C are still free.
And capitalism.
And capitalism.
Let's be fair. Capitalism would always be free of this. I feel like even if capitalism was told what was going on, he still would be free of this.
This restaurant better not be near my store.
Where's your store at?
Okay. Do I pick up on that you've realized something? Like do we feel like the magical resonance or something?
I think you probably feel the oh fuck.
I
And
out
I just
loud
look-
say deductions aren't even on the table.
I just look at you and sigh a little bit. I'm like, when they're not everyone else isn't looking, I just put my finger to my lips and kind of look over at Mr. C and Foundry.
Mr.
Okay.
C can never know.
All right.
So does anyone actually have the money to sneak into this restaurant, or are we gonna have to do like weird nonsense?
I mean, I feel like we can get. How exclusive is that restaurant?
Pretty exclusive and very expensive.
Well,
Do
from
you,
what
do you
I
need an
know,
invite, or do you just need to, or do you just need money in a suit?
Well, you need a reservation.
Can I try to get us in?
Like legit or sneaking in?
Use some connections.
Ooh, that's a big risk, but you can try.
Oh, that's a good point. Are we still in green?
I'm going to say, actually, Mr. C had found something first before you leave green. Then you'll be in yellow.
That's fair.
I mean, we haven't really been directed to do anything, I guess is the issue.
I mean, prepare for problems.
You heard the man.
Okay.
Build up gear. Put out listeners.
Find excuses to boost yourself.
Let's see. You know what? I guess I can like build us a bit of a radio spy network.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's gonna be inventions, and then I guess creativity, and I assume I could use Gearhead for this.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'll throw a +2 at this.
Mm.
Okay, with the +2, that's an 8.
8 is complete success. What are you trying to get?
Basically trying to get a sort of small one-way radio network around just kind of like around the interesting parts of the town. So like at least near where we think like the mafias hang out, and even ones like with us, so that way we can like listen in on like if party members get attacked and that sort of thing.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good. Complete success. You got one in that part of town.
What's Izzy doing?
What is Mr. C doing? Izzy?
Since
Sorry.
he's doing...
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so let's see. Well, first things first, where is this place and location to my shop? This
Where's
restaurant.
your shop? Where is your shop going to be at? Is it on the map? Can you put George where the shop's at?
I believe I said it was going to be in the downtown area. So let's see, where's George? There's George. I think I said it was going to be near one of the, I don't know, probably down there-ish.
Oh, that's pretty far down. Okay, no, it's nowhere near the shop.
Okay. Well then, private message for you, Nick.
Okay. No, there's an air tunnel.
That's the second snowplow that's come down my not terribly important street in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
There is a lot of snow happening today.
There is.
I'm happy about it because I love snow.
This is an Italian mafia restaurant, correct?
It's a very nice Italian restaurant that also, you know, the mafia likes.
Yeah. So I'm giving you the bare bones question in text. Because the question I will ask out loud is the fact that I'm working at the last rites gotten around.
Yeah, that's going to be coming up sometime soon.
Okay. So if it hasn't come up yet, then there's nothing really for me to do on that front.
You're just working as a bartender?
That I'm working at as a bartender for Rocco. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I know you've been working as a bartender for me.
You were the one.
I still don't know if I know.
You were there for it, I thought.
You hired me. I asked.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah, you hired me. You've just never been there to see how much I'm actually making.
Motherfucker, you pay his check.
Yeah.
Just
you
making
do,
sure. I just never get to see you work.
It's all under
feel
the
like-
table.
Yeah,
I feel like the joke of not seeing you work needs to keep going.
yeah, I think it's like once or twice a week. But you know, your busiest nights.
Yeah, I'll probably have you come in while I'm out.
Yeah, you probably like all right, you know what? These are busy nights. I'll take over, and then like your busy nights shift nights
Mhm.
every week. You're not sure why. You know what? No, I will just you know, one night when I'm at Last Rites, Nick, I will just keep my ear to the ground here, listening to see if there's anything going on, if anybody is saying anything about that particular part of the town, or if there's any whispers. I'd like to give myself a boost to see if we can be prepared in any way. If I've at least been told that there was something going on with this restaurant.
Sounds good.
So let's see, Mr. Conductor. Should I roll alertness, insight, or bartender?
Insight.
That is a +2, me believe. So I will just take that +2 for later.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, the snowplow continues to exist.
It does.
Damn you, plow of snows.
I'd really like a snow day tomorrow. That would be nice. I'm not going to get one.
Mm-hmm. I thought snow days didn't exist anymore, and instead your poor students now have to do lessons every morning.
Nah,
like
that's
online stuff.
that depends on districts, and most districts still said no, fuck that.
I'm glad. That's so much better than the alternative.
That happens if we go over snow days. So that's if we go over the allotted amount, and that is to preserve days. But that only happens if we hit over the amount we've been given.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's all Mr. Conductor has. I don't know if anybody is left to go for this round.
Nope.
I think we're good to move on, right?
That's everyone. We will move on to yellow.
Boost
Is
me.
this a day later?
Yeah, actually, we have 4 rounds. 4 days sounds about right. And this is when we're in Mr. C's little shift.
If that's the case, I'd like to have a little mini scene with Foundry before we move days.
Sounds good to me.
You up for one quick, Dan?
Yeah, I can do a quick one.
Okay, I'm going to take you aside after this. I'm like, hey, Foundry, can we talk for a minute?
What's going on?
Hey, figure I should cards on the table and all that.
And now,
Gotten to know Ruth a little bit more, and some stuff happened. She knows who I am now.
Oh,
By my own decision. She earned my trust to get that information. I'm letting you know because I think that's fair to tell you. Depending on what is said or what is known, up to you how much you want to divulge to her. All that Mr. C has asked is we not mention his name. Apparently, according to his trained mumbo jumbo, there could be some problems if his identity is found out by anyone but us. But
all right.
up to you. Just letting you know that she knows I'm Rocco. Do with that what you will.
Well, I'll keep it in mind, although I'm not sure I feel too comfortable talking much about your story secondhand.
Oh, it's not about my story. Just if I think she can be trusted is what I'm saying. However you want to handle that information.
All right. Well, that's good to know at any rate.
Okay. That's all I wanted to tell you.
Appreciate it.
Now you too can have your own Zuko adventure.
Dawn of the second day.
Okay. Okay, so I want to try to use connections to get at least some of us an invite. Myself will not be one of those. I will not show my face there directly.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone able to boost me in this?
I
That
think
basically
I'm
be-
going to be doing other stuff. Sorry.
Honestly, this kind of seems like a nosy journalist thing.
I was
It does.
about to say I can try tugging on some of my connections and see if they like me.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
Let's do
find
this,
out.
Let's do this, nosy journalist. Give me some boosts.
I'm gonna try. Can I do my detective principle for this boost or no?
Yeah.
Yay! Thank you for your kindness. I'm just gonna do the same roll as before because I don't. It's gonna be like basically talking to a bunch of network people.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 4. Enjoy that.
That's a +2.
Yep. Plus
All
2
right.
is plus 2.
So, Nick, I'm gonna invoke one more +1 I've got banked up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through jitters.
Oh
Jitters.
boy.
Jitters is gonna get me some help. Come on,
Yep.
it's always fun when we deal with
It is
jitters.
always fun when the boogeyman contacts Jitters.
Which means I get to use imposing instead of investigation.
It's true.
I'm going to use intuition and imposing on this one, okay?
Yep.
With principle of the underworld. Which is good because with Ruth's boost, that gets me a 9.
Yay.
Very nice. So, boogeyman, where are you gonna meet Jitters?
Let's see. What would be hilarious at this point to meet Jitters at? Let's meet Jitters in the bathroom of the local horse races after he's made a bet. Because it's funny.
Wonderful. A plus. So, yep, Jitters is there. It heads
And just when Jitters comes out of the stall, like when he's washing his hands, I just walk up behind him and tap him on the shoulder as the bathroom fogs up a little bit.
He just takes a sharp breath. Well, glad I just did that.
Hiya, Jitters. How's it been, buddy?
Hello, Mr. Boogeyman, sir.
I need you to get something for me, Jitters. Without questions.
You got some questions. What do you need?
I need. Let's see. How many of us? This I've had beforehand. How many of us are gonna like sneak into the restaurant here? Like, who actually wants like tickets officially to be in the restaurant?
I mean, nosy journalist wants to be nosy, so.
One. So one. Dan, are you going in?
I feel like I'm not a good fit for trying to blend into the fancy restaurant. I'm a grease monkey.
Is he?
Is this going in today or on the final day?
The final day.
How difficult would it be to be a cat in the rafters?
Pretty
feel like-
difficult. This is a fancy place.
Like I intend to sneak in. I am not going to get an invite for myself.
If he can get me an invite, get me an invite.
The stock status is going.
Sure, I'll take it.
I feel like three tickets then, Dan. Nick sounds correct with me and Dan on standby.
Yep.
So I need Jitters. I need you to get a reservation for 3 at what's the restaurant's name?
Get
I know
posted
you
it
typed it in
general.
already.
Sisio
At
Me.
the Sasio Mio in 2 days.
Jitters just gulps for a second. He's like, "Are you sure about that, Mr. Boogeyman, sir? That's I'm sure you know the place, but
Oh, I'm very aware of the place, which is why I need your help, Jitters. In fact, and I actually am going to hand him a stack of cash in this case. I need to make sure this absolutely happens. Use this to grease the correct wheels.
He's gonna look at the bills briefly. All right, yeah,
You can keep what's left over if you succeed. If you don't, I want it back with interest.
3 tickets. 3 tickets. I can't promise some good seats. I hear the show that night's gonna be real good, but
Who's performing?
oh, someone new. Real like brand new name. Don't remember her name.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I was thinking too. That's what I was. That's what I was thinking too.
There is only one possibility here.
Yeah. Hey, Judas, extra if you can find out the name of the performer.
Yes, sir, Mr. Boogeyman, sir.
And remember, I didn't ask this, and I was never here. I expect those tickets before the night after next. Capiche?
Where would you like me to drop them off?
The usual spot.
He just nods. So, you will get the information from Jitters at the second stage of Red.
Okay, good. Perfect.
That was
So
the
Jitters will get us
Boogeyman.
information and tickets.
Yep.
Okay.
That was Boogeyman and Ruth? Yeah.
Yep.
Who wants to go next?
Trying to think of what else Foundry can do.
I can go.
Right. What does Good Spirits want to do?
I am going to go through the library or whatever bit or anything similar that I can find and try to go through all the stuff that I can related to fake contracts and bindings.
There's not that much of it that in the library outside of stuff you know is fake.
Yeah, but it's not my biggest area of expertise, and
Okay. Yeah, give me a roll.
Is Red going to be still the investigation?
Oh yeah, no, Red is all investigation. Like, we're probably not getting to the bit. They'll see how much big problems we get to this session.
I'm going to try summoning the ghost of a librarian to help me within the research for the next roll, instead of making the overcome right now.
Sounds good.
Oh, and I'll actually summon my minion from here collection for this as well.
Double minion all the way across the sky.
So I will have the boost of the +1 for creating the library minion, which will be a 6, which is a, I think, is that an 8 or a 10? That will be a D8 for helping me next. And since they have a +2, do I give them anything interesting for this? Yeah, +2 doesn't really have anything interesting. Okay. So they'll get autonomous instead. But yeah, I will give myself a D8 for that, and a D4 for next turn's rolls.
Sounds good. Do we want to do Mr. C or Foundry?
Guess I can go with unless I get some kind of prompting from someone else.
I actually have a request that you might be able to handle.
Okay.
Because you're connected to unions, right?
Yeah.
I was actually going to say, you're going to get a little bit of a prompt from one of your NPCs, but Wex, go first.
Well, what I was thinking, actually, is, Dan, can you get us, like, temporary Like, you know how sometimes you need like someone sick and you need like a sub for like a basic job at like, a restaurant or something or in a business.
Yeah, sure.
Any chance you can get us some jobs as maybe like wait staff or janitorial staff that night?
Probably.
We might like maybe not
Let's see.
wait staff might be a bit of an ask, but we could probably get in as like cleaners or something like that.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, I think that's doable. Okay.
because I figure you're the guy with connections for that.
Let me see here.
Because if you can get us like jobs that night, like then we could be on the premises like secretly.
Can I use Principal Defender on this since we're trying to do this to avert some kind of catastrophe?
I think Defender's usually a bit more. The threat is right here, but let me check.
Okay.
Doop 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 doop. RB Principles. You know what? I will let you do that, but boy, will minor twists be interesting.
That's fair. Well, this is also still gonna be rough. I still have to use an untrained power for this.
Mhm.
So I have
'Cause you
nothing
don't have
even
any like
I have nothing even remotely relevant for powers. I think I'm actually gonna throw a +3 at this.
what do you have for powers?
Strength, powered suit, leaping, metal, inventions. Nothing that
Yeah.
really applies to anything social.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that is an 11 then.
All right,
Awesome.
that was good. So, yeah, as I said, wait staff is way too high up, but they basically do need teamsters for setting up the stage and getting some more instruments in.
Yes, I mean, that seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah. And also, I probably I don't want waiters either because I need something where my face isn't going to be immediately exposed to a lot of the higher up like mafiosos.
And you're not expected to like know the menu.
Yeah. Oh, the menu I could deal with. I need to not have my face recognized.
Fair.
Yep. But I guess as part of this, Founder's talking to some of his connections at the different unions, and it's probably Creek will come up and talk to him at some point. He's like, Teamsters and the Italians are good friends, so that's who you should talk to, but keep searching for us. And Tom, I think you could be trusted with this one. He's gonna bring you to the back of the actual factory, like way off in no one ever goes here territory for old scrap and machines that no one cares about.
Okay, so I probably rated here for some of the parts of the suit.
Right. He's just gonna put his like, in case problems happen, I acquired some help. He's going to show you a crate full of like Tommy guns and ammo that Freak found somewhere.
How the hell did you get this stuff?
He's just gonna hold a finger up to his lips. No one needs to know.
Who else knows about this?
Just Pete and you right now.
All right, well, just be careful.
With,
Last thing we need is cops around this place. Again.
After the time you got shot, I've been looking into stopping that from happening again.
I appreciate the sentiment, but don't go getting yourself killed.
He's gonna nod. You too.
All right, well, that's fucking in play apparently.
fact that the Union's armed.
Yep.
Let the Union have guns. It'll be fine. Nothing bad will happen.
Look, it's not the worst thing that's going on right now.
Not even close.
And yeah,
It's mostly how will the government react to the Union has guns.
Exactly. That's a problem for later.
all later me problems. And I think we're going to go to Mr. C as George at his store briefly. Assuming we have him.
Is where we can go ahead.
Private message, Nick.
Okay, we're going to defer Mr. C for a bit until he's able to come back and do things. So he's getting a couple of turns in a
Okay.
row, probably.
I mean, that should be fine.
Let's go to the top of red.
Is this the only red round we get?
You get 2 red rounds.
All right. Trying to think what else do we need to do, guys?
I was going to say, you do remember there are 2 players in this game.
Oh, the Irish too? Right, because the Irish are gonna try something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can maybe focus my intel gathering efforts on the Irish this round, since you guys are going to be infiltrating the restaurant.
Yeah. So
You know what?
do we know? Is it just going to be Don Ferrano at the restaurant, or is there anyone else?
You have no idea right now.
So we don't know what oh, I have a. So I could play things smart, or I could act on my emotions right now.
Well, I know what
and
my
add it.
idea is, but maybe other members of your team have thoughts.
I mean, I'd want to see if we could somehow incorporate some of the stuff with the getting the mob their victory for this, just so we can get that out of the way if there's going to be a fight regardless, but I don't know how.
I'm not
Do you
sure how
want-
we manipulate the mob in this case.
I mean, do you want me to get newsies to follow people?
That's not a bad idea. Summon the Newsy Network.
Yes.
You're going all Sherlock Holmes on this.
Listen, newsies.
Mm-hmm.
Only like half of them are homeless. It's different.
Oh, it's Sherlock Holmes.
No, I know. He has a homeless network, at least in the BBC
Yeah.
show.
Yep.
I mean, Boogeyman, if you have a list of people that you want, I can ask some of the newsies to just, if you know big players, I can try and see if the newsies will be willing to tell them.
Well, we can ask the Italian side. I mean, let's see if they can tell us what big players are here on both sides. I want to know. First, I want to know if Fastani's going to be there. That's going to be important.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this
We
might be a
also
good
need-
time for me to go and try to get info on the Irish.
Makes sense.
Yeah. We basically are just trying to figure out what big players are showing up on both sides, so we can be prepared.
Yeah, so I guess I'll make my roll for this. Am I allowed to use Gearhead since I'm using the radio network to spy?
Yeah.
All right. Wow, that was not great.
Oof. Do you want the major twist?
Ooh. How bad do we want that information, guys?
It is tempting.
It is very tempting.
I love how
I feel
Izzy's
like-
responses just always do it.
I kind of feel like this might be a fun situation to take the major twist in.
All right, let's take it.
All right, so you're trying to figure out who else is showing.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's going with the Irish side of things.
Yeah, I'm focusing mostly on the Irish side because I can't like listen to 500 radios at the same time and make any sense of it.
All right, so on the note, they're calling in everybody. They're planning something big for this.
Okay.
What's the major twist?
The major twist. I think is gonna be you hear their plans on the beat. They're calling in a bunch of guys, and then just over you hear from Siren. Oi, what's this thing then?
Uh-oh.
Good thing these are one way.
Excellent.
Yep. Like what's this thing then? You hear a crunching. He's like, oh, yeah, that if only we still had him. Keely, and then crunch.
He's in Detroit. A
Yep.
better place.
a better place.
Not often said hate.
Said no one ever.
Look,
I
they
know.
still have the automotive industry for going for them. Or
Yep.
Oh, that's true. They do actually have
Detroit
money at
is
this
a
point.
great place at this small window of time.
Yeah,
Why are
they
they so
they
mean
do
to
actually have
Detroit?
money.
Back right before the Rust Belt and all that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
no, like I believe. Yeah, this is like the height of the Detroit automotive industry, I believe. Like Detroit is definitely actually a better place that we sent him.
Mm-hmm.
For
Said
once,
no.
I think the only time we will say this in our lives.
Yep. Yeah, so you know they're planning on bringing a lot of their guys in.
Okay.
Okay, so we might be able to do something to respond to that.
All right, that was Foundry. Who wants next in red?
I'd like to go last here. Other
I
than
can
other
go.
than
And
Izzy.
I'll do my research. So 1d4 boost. That's a +2,
Yep.
I think. And is that still a +2, or did it make it over to a +3?
Still
That's
plus
still
two.
+2. So +2 and a +2, so that's a +4 total. And I'm doing my research overcome. I think this is still untrained power, not.
What are you? Oh yeah, this is you trying to research in the library.
Yep. With the ghost librarian I summoned.
The spectral librarian.
Na-na-na-na-na.
I forgot to ask. I probably actually could I be using Principle of Immortality for this? I forgot to ask.
No, that does not help you in doing random research.
Okay, so this is an 8.
That's still a complete success.
Yep. Oh, and technically, I can reroll that 6.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can reroll the 3. Not better. So yeah, still an 8.
Tried.
But yeah.
So looking up, it turns out there actually is a decent amount of magical lore hidden in different parts of the library. It's hard to get through the myths and things that are obviously fake, but you do find a few books. However, with the help of your ghost librarian and talking to the regular librarians, you do learn something really important. There's an entire section that City Hall has taken over the It was about 2 weeks ago when they took those books and some of the like weird foreign ones especially out.
And do they have copy? I'm guessing this will be next roll, but trying to find if there's any information on exactly what was in the ones they took.
You get a bunch of titles, but no, the librarian here doesn't speak Latin or Gaelic or anything else.
Okay. Yeah,
But,
I'll follow up a
it's
little on that next turn.
a bunch of foreign things. I don't really know what it was. We can put you on the list for when they come back.
Yeah, I'll think about that.
All right, Ruth.
Newsy Network?
All right, what you trying to find out who else is coming from the Italians?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the big one is, again, I want to know if Fastani's coming or not.
Mm-hmm.
How could couple of mechanics questions. One, could I use the newsy minion that I made or for this role? And two, how would I do that?
So you can call in the newsy minion, and they take an action in addition to your own, just using their die size, which is probably going to be a boost for you.
Okay.
So you get to roll that die as a
Then-
boost, and then you get your regular action.
Okay. Cool. Into. This is the same die size, so I'm just gonna.
So the minion rolls a single die.
Yes. Which is a d6, so that's a 2 for a boost, which is
A1.
yes.
A +1.
Numbers. I know how to use numbers.
You beat people with them.
Yeah. Numbers are violence. That is an 8.
Nice.
Hey, complete success.
Then
So the main thing you know is at the actual restaurant, the Faustanis are going to be there. Of course, they're going to be there. But you definitely hear rumors that Jimmy's been posted up nearby. Jimmy's not the kind of guy to get invited to a nice dinner, but
no.
like, Jimmy and Bazoo are gonna be nearby for this.
Okay.
Because they're going to a much lower brow Italian restaurant across the way, or just across
Excellent.
the street. You basically
know
tell,
for
all the newsies are like, hey, all this is happening, including a relevant thing for this. Adorable little kid who's been passing papers around. Who loves giving the scoop he sees to reporters. Carl Treenland.
I don't think that means anything to Ruth.
No, I don't think it does.
No, but he's been real helpful. He gets it. He has been watching everything because he's so excited. He's like, I don't know, something's gonna happen. You think something's gonna happen, Miss Report?
It's Chicago. It's Chicago, kid. Something is always happening.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, something happen isn't always a bad thing. Good things can happen.
Ooh, that's a good point. Where do you think it's gonna be? He was giving you tips about guys who looked weird or powerful wandering around.
quite sure, but thanks to your information, we might be able to find out.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Mr. C, are you able to take your double turn? Oh, got a PM.
For the
No,
record, I
he-
do give.
Yes.
I just wanted to, for the record, say that I do give Carl a quarter for helping me out.
He is so happy. He is going to immediately spend it on fudge.
Excellent.
Good child.
All right. Next up is the Boogeyman.
I have a question. Do we have one more turn after this before things happen?
Yes, you have one more turn after this.
Okay, then I'm going to save my really dramatic thing for next turn.
Mm-hmm.
For this turn, can I do some stuff to mitigate civilian, like if things are about to go down, I don't want civilians around if possible. Can I do something to mitigate them being in the area tomorrow night? Like even if it's just like starting rumors that like the boogeyman's in town and you need to be indoors or something like that, you know?
Yeah, that's going to be tricky because this is a, popular and fancy joint downtown, like immediately.
Well, I probably can't keep people out of the restaurant. I want to keep them out of the streets.
No, that's what I meant. Why it's going to be tricky because this is in the middle of the big popular parts of downtown.
All right, I'm gonna just do my best with this one.
Yep. This you're going to do your best. You're not going to completely succeed.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just want to mitigate some damage here, so I'm gonna do imposing, red, and let's. Do I have a power that even works for this? I'm not sure I do. Like, what even power would work with this? What I'm trying to suggest.
Are you going to light shit on fire and thus use infernal? 1 minute. I'm going to get a phone call.
Okay.
It could be. You could be super unsubtle.
Well, I want to be a little subtle because I need the mob and the mafia not to pick up on too much. You know, I don't want them to affirmatively know I'm there.
That sounds like the job of invisibility.
All right, then. Well, I have that.
I was looking at what you have.
Yeah, I think it's going to be invisibility, imposing, and my red die. Let's see what I get.
Yep.
A really fucking good roll is what I get. Wow,
Nice.
that's a success. No twists.
Yeah. No, you managed to spook a large number of civilians.
Like I said, I'm just trying to keep them out of harm's way. The less collateral. It sounds like some stuff could really go down tomorrow, and if I expect spillover into the streets, and if that happens, I want as few people around as humanly possible that are innocent.
Yep.
That's kind of my goal here.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Final round of red. We are now in the evening of the final day, as many of you are prepping to go to the restaurant. Jitters comes back, drops off the tickets.
Perfect. I'll distribute. I'd like to go last again, by the way, for reasons that will be
I
clear
can
in a
go
minute.
quickly.
Yep. And you eventually, you actually do get some information out of him.
Oh, good. What do we get?
Let me just double check a thing from someone's backstory. To make sure I'm giving the right information out. Just 1 sec. Oh, yeah.
Also, Nick.
Yeah, he says, oh, yeah, the singer's name, Alicia O'Hare. She's the granddaughter of the former chief of police.
Is that a name we've heard before?
Okay. Do you know Allie as a nickname for?
But only Izzy knows this.
Izzy's the only one who directly knows it, but you're like, huh, I've never actually heard of that name before.
But can we make the connection between, because we know her name, right? Is Allie?
Yeah, you're like, oh no. Oh, what is this gonna be?
I mean, this might be me having a conversation backstage,
Mm-hmm.
especially if I'm a Teamster showing up.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll deal with that the night of, I think.
Yeah, you'll deal with that at time of. And yeah, so Jitters drops off your trio of tickets and gives you the name.
Okay. Yeah. And I'm like, remember guys, dress fancy for this, and it sounds like we'll be dealing with that annoying singer lady again, if that's who she is.
I'm sorry, what annoying singer lady?
Oh, this girl we keep encountering, and she's a criminal with some sort of song powers. Can mesmerize people just by singing. Seems mostly just interested in making money. Kind of has been the lesser evil at all of the scenes she's been at. We've mostly been able to talk her away.
Noted.
She's literally robbing people by mind charming them. So no tip.
I said noted.
I thought you said no tip.
So just to be clear, from the information that I got and the information that we got from like what we know of the Italians, does it just seem like they're about to go to war, or is there like something else rumbling that we've heard about?
From what it sounds like is, so Faustani is the concierge, the second in command for the Italians. He seems to have convinced the boss, Don Ferrano, to go to this restaurant, and that by doing so it'll take care of the problems with the mob. Am I correct on that, Nick?
Yeah, basically, they have a plan of call out the mob's biggest hitters and deal with them once and for all.
So is this just a trap for the mob? Or is it supposed to be also trying to get rid of the guy in charge, the guy in the way of him being in charge?
Yeah, God,
When he's in the past-
this really sounds like a trap for the mafia, especially with the mesmerizer here.
Yeah, well, look, I gotta warn you guys, Don Ferrano, if what rumors say are true, he ain't no pushover. You know what? I probably should share this. Foundry, you know that stuff you can do with magnetism?
Yeah.
Amplify it by 20. And apparently that's what Don Ferrano can do.
Shit. I literally can't fight him then.
Yeah.
Concrete at him.
I'd keep clear of him.
Sure.
Again,
Set off
just a
explosions.
rumor, but considering that we found some fairly compelling evidence in his office that that's probably the case. He probably
Yeah, his
is.
door
He's
doesn't
probably.
have an actual handle. I think he just kind of makes one.
I think he just opens it from the inside mechanism. But yeah, try to keep his. I mean, not really an option for you, Foundry, but keep as little metal on you as you can to be used against, so it can't be used against you, if you can help it.
Well, it gives me an idea for a project I can do with you before we go to battle.
Look, if hopefully we aren't going to be fighting the Don at all. I'd like to avoid that. But just be ready for that. He's not a slouch himself. Old, but not a slouch.
Good to know.
I said, mostly we're going to just try. We're trying to. I think the best we can hope for tonight is to prevent as much calamity as we can. This sounds too big to fully stop, but maybe we can mitigate, you know? We at least need to keep people safe from whatever's about to happen.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So who's next?
Yeah.
I mean, so Nick, let me ask you a question. Is it even remotely feasible for me to create some kind of like anti-magnetism system for my suit in the time that we have?
I mean, it could be a hinder that you could apply to him.
Yeah, I'd give that as a hinder you could apply to the enemy.
All right, so let's see. Inventions, creativity in red. I hope I can use Gearhead. Well, that's a 5.
-2.
Hey, that's a -2.
Yeah, all right. Oh, that's workable.
All right. So that is Foundry, and so Foundry's gone. Let's see, who else has gone in red so far? Boogeyman.
Is magic train metal magnetic?
Do you want it
Gonna
to
hope.
be?
I'm
I
hoping
mean,
not.
no.
I'm
It-
really
it-
hoping not.
Magic train metal is magic train metal that has super material properties.
Yeah, as far as I know, Don Ferrano's abilities aren't magic, but I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fucking everything in this game is magic.
We are playing out the Shadow Pact, Justice League Dark. Of course, it's magic.
Mm-hmm. All right. Boogeyman and Foundry have gone. Good Spirits or Ruth? Who wants
Wait,
to take it?
hold on. I haven't gone.
Oh wait, no, sorry. That was that was the last roll of the previous run. Never mind. Boogeyman,
I just
Good
had a
Spirits, Ruth.
conversation.
Who would
I have
like
a
to take
very
it?
specific action I want to take
Mm-hmm.
at the end.
Sounds good.
I can do mine real quick because it's basically just continuing study.
Go for it.
Of just basically try and figure out what I can from using what the librarians know and what I know from like that time period and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What they might be, what information they might have gotten. So this one I think I can use Principle of Immortality on.
Yeah, you can recognize some titles from that.
So that's just +2 total. That will be a 6, but I can re-roll that d10 into worse. So yeah, that's going to be an 8. Man,
Full
re-rolling so
success.
rarely works out.
So, no, I mean, re-rolling that would not work out all that well because you're actually at average. 8 though. So, with an 8, the big thing you get is a bunch of these are. It's not very targeted, is the big thing. And well, it's targeted, but when you look at the titles, you're like, okay, no, that's nonsense, that's nonsense, that's real, that's nonsense, that's real. Where they're hitting a particular part of contracts that are like information about the Fae, about magic, about contracts. A few things that they described as, yeah, here's some like random scrolls or illustrations we found where unfortunately you're like, that's probably very important, but the librarian doesn't know what it is, so you can't tell what the hell they found.
Okay.
But a lot of stuff that's kind of been sitting here for ages and no one's cared about it until now. They just had it cataloged in the back.
And they only recently grabbed it all.
They only recently grabbed it all, and they're like, they specifically get like, okay, it's roughly this location in the building. Like they were very specific. You would get that a couple of the administrators did come to pick it up.
So this is from the red tape personally.
Yep.
Yep.
Precisely. And that was good spirits. So we have Boogeyman, the eventual Mr. C, once he declares it is time.
I have a few minutes right now, so I can probably do that.
All right, so we're
Three
going to
actions in a row.
temporarily rewind to yellow, where not Mr. Conductor, but George Trainland, the store manager, is getting visited.
Yeah, store owner, also runs the front desk. I do everything. Mom and pop shop.
By older woman and her granddaughter.
Going to, be behind the register, probably, trying to get some tracks together. Look up. Marge! Oh, I didn't expect you guys to come by so soon. So good to see you. How are
No,
you?
George, I told you I had to be by, but after all that craziness, I had to make sure the cart was okay, and
Of course. How is everything going? And going to look over, and I'm assuming we're going to see another familiar face, correct?
yeah, you absolutely recognize her, though she's not dressed up anywhere near as fancy as Lounge Singer thing. Just a fairly conservative even dress, which looks so bizarre that George probably takes a moment and was like, "Wait, is that really the same person? Holy crap, it's the same person."
It's gonna be like, oh, and this must be your granddaughter, right?
Oh yes, this is Alicia. Thank you for coming out with me. We need to get presents for Jim and Timothy and George. And do you have something for little Marcy also? I know there's so many boy toys here, but I was hoping you had some girl ones too. To which Alicia kind of rolls her eyes, but she doesn't say anything else.
I might have something in the back. I'll say, like, I'll lead them around, show them a couple of the wares. I've got some, like wooden toys that are just wandering around. I'm gonna try to strike up a conversation with this Alicia. So so you come out with your grandmother often?
Oh, not that often, but given the times, I thought I'd come out and help her shop. And then for March, she's actually been a doll. She's been helping us out so much. You know how hard the family's been hit by everything.
Oh, I know.
She makes some really good money singing.
Oh,
she has a
really?
lovely voice.
Whereabouts do you sing?
Just various places around the city. There's always work if you're willing to do late nights.
I know that. I've put in my fair share of hours here. Your grandfather was a wonderful man. He always believed in working hard and then sharing what you had to those around you. He was a very generous man. He never took anything for granted. I'm just trying to, I don't know if I can do this with overcomes or if this would be a hinder, Nick, but I'm just trying to, tell her a few stories about her grandfather, see if I get a reaction.
That's an overcome with insight.
No. Okay. George uses guilt.
George uses guilt. How effective is it? We will see.
All right, let's take a lookie. What do I have? Let's see. Well, I'm going to assume this is awareness because, of course, it is.
It's more intuition, is he?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was in a mode and I forgot I had intuition. Intuition, and would this be my insight or would this be my skills as a bartender?
Take your pick.
Well, they're the same die, so I'll take bartending. I'm just going to share some stories about, how her grandfather might have been in a pinch sometimes, but he always stuck by, his core morals and never betrayed them. And that's what made him such a great man that the entire city looked up to and respected. And it seems like the city is, lost without him. The cops aren't what they used to be. There's still some good ones, but well, this city is failing, and it's because there's not good people like your grandfather. And if there were more people like him and your grandmother, the city would be a much better place. I'm sure you're taking after them too. Fucking should have called the principal.
You should have called the principal.
I'll take the twist.
Oh, you'll take the Ooh.
You always take the twist.
Of course he does.
Of course I do.
Ooh.
Izzy wants things to be interesting. My character is smarter than I am in this instance.
I'm just amazed your terror could talk bad about a police force.
You guys have opened my eyes that they are not what they used to be, what I remember them as.
She's mostly going to just sort of nod politely at this until Marge has been distracted by a train set that's currently going toot toot. Let's go. Well, you're not wrong about everything. City sure has fallen. All that's left: crooks, chumps, and people trying to actually take advantage of the situation. You get the sense that she's very sad by saying that, but
Yeah.
you also your major twist is that stabs George right in the heart of, oh fuck, he kind of agrees with that now.
Are we the chumps?
Yeah, I'm curious where we fall on that.
I
In
feel
her
like we're
mind.
chumps. I feel
Yeah.
like we're chumps here.
Mm-hmm. She's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you either become a crook or you wind up a chump.
Well, I guess my red action is going to be trying to convince her and trying to convince myself that that's not the case. Gonna look at her and just be like, you can't honestly think that. There's so many people who have faith and are good at heart. And if they all come together, that's what makes Chicago the city that we all know and love. It's what makes this country so amazing. You can't just think everybody in Chicago is either a crook or a chump. They're good
Who's the
people.
principal, is he?
I'm going to.
Remember your principles.
Don't fuck this up, Busy.
I'm gonna do principal order for this one.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yep.
We're in red now.
Oh,
You're in
we
red
are
now,
in
is he?
Yeah. Okay, I guess it's the same role.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, look at me. I might not be, making as much money as I probably could, but it's an honest day's work, and I can go home and be proud to support my wife and child. Isn't that what you want? To go home and hold your head up proudly? Even if there's, you're not living a life of luxury. At least you're being surrounded by the ones you love. And it might be hard, but you get through those tough times together, and that's what builds character. Make this roll, and you know what? Fuck it. Let me throw a +3 at this.
Ooh.
Burning hard.
Yeah, +3.
We should-
I'm gonna save the +4s.
Side note: we should hire her for the bar if we can convince her to be good.
Dice are in a mood.
Dice are in a mood that is a complete success, though.
No, it's
no,
not.
no. It's just with a minor twist.
I'll negate the minor twist.
Ah,
Collection over.
Yeah, she's gonna like. It's a nice dream, Mr. Cranlin. It's a nice dream. Like, you can tell you did hit home with that, but you are not quite at being good, more feel bad about being bad.
Mm-hmm.
And this is
Okay.
probably about the
At
time
least
we were. What?
at least there's doubts now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is about the time we were coming right in the door. Daddy, do you want some fudge?
Carl, I would love some fudge. Where'd you get this?
Oh, the really nice newspaper lady gave me $0.25 for all the news.
Wait, you told the news lady about the news?
Oh, yeah, no, she was around asking questions about people moving around, and so I told her everybody who's been going around downtown, and the people who bought papers, and the people who didn't buy papers.
I don't think that's enough for me to pry more, so I'm just gonna be like, oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Just going.
and she said there's going to be something really interesting happening downtown. Oh, Dad, can we go downtown? Can we go to dinner? Because, like, she said there might be something really big happening. I bet you and Mom would love it. It was like near this Italian place.
Not this week, buddy. Maybe next week.
Aw, really?
We gotta sell a few more things before we can afford a nice dinner.
All right.
Out of the house. But you know what? We'll have a nice dinner in home tonight. Just the three of us.
He's putting a paper into my bag. Here's for you, and here's for Mommy, and I'm going to go out and sell more papers. And then we can have a really nice dinner.
I'm gonna just smile and be like, okay, son. And I'm just going to watch him. And I'm like, oh, before you go, who was the reporter you talked to?
Miss Ruth. That was her name.
Going to just
Yeah, I think she writes for the front page a lot.
yeah, I'm gonna unfold the paper and see her Ruth's probably most recent article and just be like, okay, worlds are colliding is what you're just thinking.
Yep.
I think there was a role I wanted to do for this, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, right. Actually, no, I don't think that's a follow-up outside of, did you speak to anybody else today?
He is going to list off so many people he's talked to today.
Okay. Then I will let
The
that
answer is everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
At some point, Marge is going to come back asking about a bunch of things and whether or not you can do delivery for one of the really big sets.
I'll make it happen for
that,
her.
like, is probably out of her price range, and then Alicia just goes, I'll take care of it. You don't worry, Grandma, I'll take care of it.
I'm just going to smile at the two of them and just say, oh, see, it's nice to be nice. And that's going to end my turn.
Yep.
Am I the only one left, or is Ruth gone yet?
I have not gone.
Nope.
I imagine that I am just building a boost for myself for later of like trying to fit in of like, okay, I have found an outfit that looks reasonably decent on my budget. I have figured out where I can hide my gun on it. I'm looking at all the information of like maybe how the people normally dress there so that I don't look too weird. I think that's my goal.
Sounds good.
So I'm gonna use intuition and Herod journalist again because yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you know how people dress there. Rather, you know how two different classes of people dress there and which one you don't want to dress like.
Cool. +2.
Sounds good. Monsieur Boogeyman?
Okay. I apologize, Nick, but I'm going to slightly derail things for a minute.
Oh boy.
I'm invoking Gwyn.
Ooh.
I'm using one of the 7 uses.
He will appear. Let's mark that down in mechanics. The Gwyn has 6 uses left. What are you calling upon him for?
I'm doing this, by the way, very privately. This is, I know people can check how many uses we have, but this is something I'm doing alone. Yeah. All right. Gwyn and the Green Death. I invoke one of the favors that was agreed upon by our contract.
He is going to step out of the mists that are now a bit more green tinted than boogeyman tinted. Damn, we are getting many clicky clacks.
Oh, sorry.
Flippity plap plap. Yeah. You are a wayfarer of the dead, are you not?
I am.
There is a soul I would like to speak to. Can you make this happen with one of the favors?
Not for a long period of time. You will have
like,
to be
you can't
brief.
make it. Understood. I cannot. I gotta type this in. Nick, what was the brother's name again?
Let me go find that. Sorry, I have to check my own notes now.
Izzy might have the note.
Where is it? Wait a minute. Where I thought Izzy would have the note. Where did I put this note? No, I thought Izzy would have it. Why do I not finding it in Izzy's chat?
What is the question?
Felix's brother.
Bastani's brother.
Oh, hold on. I have it in my notes.
Yep, I'm trying to find where I have it in my notes. There are so many names in this game, guys.
I know.
Catello Faustani.
Catello. That's the one I need. I want to talk to Catello.
Faustani.
Can you make that happen?
Yes. You'll have time for 3 questions and their full answer.
Understood.
He's going to vanish for a bit and then eventually bring out a vaguely human-shaped blob of mist.
I do have a question for Gwyn before I ask any questions of Catello. Is he required to answer truthfully?
No.
Understood.
We cannot... this cannot be compelled in such a way.
Is he compelled at least to answer?
He will answer or he will suffer great.
Understood. So I want to know Catello's reaction when he sees me.
It's good. Spirit goes like, fuck. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Hey!
It's me.
Why is he allowed to be dead and is still around and I'm not?
I believe I get to ask the questions from Catello, not you.
Ah, shit. This is more magic bullshit. Fine. Fuck. Whatever.
I got a question for you, Catello, and I will know if you're lying. Believe me, I'll be joining you eventually, and if I think you're bullshitting me in any way, I will make your afterlife far more painful than your living one ever was.
He doesn't really respond to that, but he knows your rep in life.
Yeah. Question 1. Why did you have the conductor kill my wife?
Didn't have him do shit. I just pulled the train. You get the sense he's not lying about that.
Okay, so that he didn't know.
Well, he called the
Can-
train,
can-
but didn't he know?
Can I make a reasonable assumption that like he does not know the reason he did it for exactly?
Yes. Catello was not the brightest bulb when he was alive.
Okay. Who ordered you to call the train?
Felix did. He said it was part of a plan. Said it was real important that we do that right then. And I was supposed to get Anthony rewarded, and instead I fucking died.
I'm thinking of my final question, even though I don't really have one. Thinking for a minute. I'll take peanut gallery questions in this case too, if anyone has a good one. Trying to think of another. Like I really just needed that question answered, you know.
Yep.
I guess if he knows any of other information about Felix's plans.
Yeah.
Or like Felix's weaknesses or some shit.
Yeah, that's fair. What can you tell me about Felix that I wouldn't know already, Catello? And remember, I know him very well. Think carefully, Catello.
Look, all right. This is like, I'm not sure you know this. It's kind of a weird one. He's got a thing about animals. I'm not sure if he's afraid of them or hates them. But like, he always used to kill any pet we got when he was a kid.
That's not something I know.
What?
What? That's not something I knew, right?
You knew he had no pets, but like,
I mean, I always assumed this just because we were kids on the street.
well, yeah, but like even after he made it big, like no cats, no dogs, not even fish or anything.
Okay.
Like, yeah, dude's got a weird thing around animals. Not sure why. Told him I'd slug him in the face if he came near my dog.
Okay. I guess that's my three questions, right, Gwen?
So it is.
Though, if I may, he doesn't have to answer this one, but one on your way out, Catello. You have to tell me later. How's it feel knowing your own brother set you up to die?
Gwyn is
And
going to
I'll look
shove
at the
him
look on
back
his-
into the misty portal before he can answer that because Gwyn is a creature of his
I
word.
don't need the answer. I just need the look on his face.
Yep.
I assume that look on his face. I assume the look on his face gave me all the answer I needed there.
Yeah, pretty much.
I had to confirm. Yeah. No, this was a apologies group. I had to do this for roleplay reasons.
That's
You
fair.
guys- Yep.
I needed to confirm this in character for myself.
And if no one's been paying attention to who's joined the voice channels, would our last member like to take an action before we move on to the next scene?
Is Wash officially joining us for tonight?
Capitalism is a silent looming threat over us all.
You have unmuted but are not making noises. I'm going to make sure I have not accidentally muted him. Troubleshooting. That really ought to be a supervillain name for a modern day game.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good one.
Gunslinger.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Is a friend here?
All right, you know what? I'm going to grab myself a glass of water while troubleshooting happens. I'll be right back.
I'm trying. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yay!
something.
Yep.
Oh my god, it's capitalism.
Oh my god, capitalism!
I thought I was going to be showing up at the next scene start, so.
I mean, you could do that instead. Tell Nick, no, I don't want an action. Let me show up later.
Oh, I told them where I am.
It's one fear.
This explains by when I unmuted before to say magic train metal sounds like speedcore, nobody reacted.
I don't think anybody
Yeah,
heard it.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to hear
Yeah.
you this entire time.
Nope. Would capitalism like to do anything nebulous before we move scene?
I told you where I am, Nick.
Yes, that's why I said you want to do something nebulous first.
Oh,
Maybe
no,
he's
it's-
in space.
Oh, I've been thinking of quips and such. This will be fun.
All right, sounds like it's time to move scene.
Mm.
We come to the night of the dinner. 3 of you show up to the restaurant in your finest. 2 of you are here working as Teamsters. The Teamsters do notice one particular thing in the kitchen. Well, they're also moving the piano around and altering things. Your guys' table is the lower left over here. For the 3 who are actually on site at and enjoying the wonderful music. I now remember the thing is he wanted to ask Carl. Oh well. There is, of course, the raised private tables for VIPs. And, man, this is a ritzy joint. The food is fantastic. And they're even just openly serving wine. A little bit of a sort of power play there, but you all know how it is. Indeed, everyone recognizes the musical talent. The Teamsters can try and talk to either Allie or Timothy before or while they're setting up. Well, otherwise, we'll begin with a nice dinner. Please drag yourselves into the map, everyone. And I will give Capitalism the chance to explain where he is when he chooses to.
You order up.
Are you a
And he
waiter?
chooses to. Capitalism is the sous chef.
Oh God.
There's a big fake mustache glued onto the front of the helmet.
Amazing.
I'm going to say, those of you who are not out on the floor go into the top right.
Yep.
So Rocco's up there as well as
yeah.
Tom.
Yep. Sorry.
I mean,
Back
up
there.
in the blackness.
Yeah, I got
Fixing your HP.
you. I was just moving myself.
Mm-hmm. You have, and yeah, dinner is absolutely fabulous.
The only thing being served is lobster de bisque, no matter what the order was.
As is the way in high-class restaurants, in some cases.
Yep. Perfectly fine.
And if anybody has anything to say about taking part in the transportation of alcohol, you have to take that up with the sommelier.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just you in a different mustache?
You know, it's not, but I am tempted.
Yeah. No, you.
Also, no, wait. Now I want that to be true, and I just transform the wine into water, walk it out, and then transform it back and put it on the table.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not actually transporting alcohol.
Exactly.
Yep.
I love it.
And yeah, you have some time to investigate the restaurant, eavesdrop on things. Boy, does it seem like tensions are high here.
Well, I assume what the people on the floor can do is more than what like Dan and I can do.
Well, you two can investigate the back.
Yeah, which we are definitely going to do, right, Dan?
Of course.
Boogeyman and Foundry having adventures,
Yep.
dealing with people behind the scenes.
I will say for this, actually, this is probably the wrong tracker. Give me a sec. This map is very tiny because I want to make the grid aligned to the thing the grid does in everything else. Yeah, that's probably the right tracker. Yeah, we're not having villain actions until something bad happens.
That makes sense.
That's
Order up!
But I know when that is. There's also no environment actions until something bad happens. It's just a nice, friendly dinner. Wonderful music. And those of you in the photos, she's really not amping up the mind control this time because
Too risky.
too risky.
Too many big names here.
Too many big names. Also, the regular pay that's real good. So, who wants to try and figure out, what's being planned, what's going on, what's happening first? Or talk to anyone?
Quick question: is Mr. Conductor at the table with us, and is he dressed as like George or trying to disguise himself?
He should be there.
That's
as
a good
George.
point, actually. Oh, that's a good point. Actually, hold on. We
I feel
probably
like
gotta
a small disguise should make sense.
Yeah, we got to backtrack this a little bit. Like,
Mhm.
he's probably he can't be there as George because that breaks the thing because for Ruth. I feel like he'd have to be there disguised as someone else. You know how like Bruce Wayne sometimes goes as like Matches Malone or something like that.
Mr. Conductor with a mustache.
Basically.
Because, like, Ruth showing up can make some sense. Good Spirits Tom Timms can go through so many different faces.
Yep.
There's got to be at least somebody in this bar right now who does not have a mustache and is looking at the frequency of them and thinking about making a change.
It's true. It's also possible we just have Mr. C is watching in Trainland.
We could do that.
That is also an option.
I'm just wondering what Izzy wanted to do, because at one point in time it was, hey, 3 people at the table, but I'm also want to make sure that he's making the choices that he wants.
I mean, the other thing could be, if capitalism contacted him, he could be helping out in the kitchen.
I was going to say, I don't actually know that you guys are here until somebody comes and says hi to me. I am here completely unrelated. I don't know what you guys are doing.
I remember seeing...
We probably have no idea you're here if you didn't say anything.
I love it.
Because you're
We're
in the
such
kitchen.
a good team. The
We're
teamwork,
such a great team.
impeccable.
We're so
I
good
can
at
go
communication
first,
and
but
stuff.
mine is...
I just have one more quick thing to do. Who's the people that you guys are trying to either interact with or, like, get information from?
Mob
These two?
bosses.
Ah, up there?
Yeah,
the
probably.
Dawn.
Alright, just very briefly then, I don't want it to be the whole scene, I just want to walk up and be like, hello! May I interest you in something bubbly this evening? And I hold out 2 wines, one of which is named Tulips and the other is named Crypto.
I hate you.
Not NFTs.
Was the third one Beanie Babies?
Nice. They're each interested in a small amount. That group is not drinking very much.
I wonder why.
But yeah, they'll each partake a little bit.
Excellent. I will make sure the selection is of the finest quality. I turn the silver on the wrapping into gold.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. The Don will be very appreciative. You're going to get a very nice tip. Not that capitalism needs money.
I feel like capitalism always needs money.
Thank
I
you,
don't think
sir.
he exists. I
It
don't
will
think he
help me
exists
fill
without-
many mouths.
I don't think he can exist without the need for money.
He's going to take a slow sip. Your taste is good, though your manners are lacking.
I'm an eccentric chef. I'm not the normal guy. Doing a favor. Your compliments is appreciated. Let me know if you need anything. And I'll head back to the kitchen and just start cooking more lobster bisque.
Yep.
What? It's the thing on the menu that has the highest profit margin.
It's true. All right. Who wants to do some investigation? This does include things like overhearing people in the bathroom and such because, it's a long night. At some point, there's going to be a dancing set because, of course, there is.
I guess I'll start. Dan, how do you want to handle this back here? Should we case the place out from behind the scenes?
Yeah, I think we have to do that first to see if because we got to figure out if and how the back
The
room
Irish
is involved in this, whatever the fuck's going on.
and where the Irish intend to enter the situation.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing I didn't get very much of that from the radios.
No. They intend to enter with a bunch of guys, but not there because of the major quest.
Okay.
All right. Does one of us want to make this roll, Dan, and the other boost the other one?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of what's better. You probably have more social stuff than I do.
I also have more. I have investigating skills too.
Yeah, so here, I think I will boost you with blue collar. Again, I don't really have a power for this.
Or Dan has no social skills.
Well, take a 2. But I have blue collar, which is okay.
Say many of you are a little lacking in that department from roles that have happened.
I'm not.
I can scare people.
I'm a bartender.
Mm-hmm.
I'm naive.
All right, Nick, can I invoke Principle of the Underworld on this? Because I am trying to figure out specifically how the Irish are going to do this.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to use invisibility and investigation to try and be unseen while we do this.
Sounds good.
Okay. That is a success with, actually with Dan's boost, that is a complete success.
Hey.
Sure thing. So, one of the ones that you noted, so here's the thing. The place is actually pretty damn locked down.
Okay.
Like, going around, you're checking things, like, no, they got people watching the right places, this isn't so... And then it just dawns on the boogeyman,
question.
Oh, fuck, they're not going to be doing this subtly. They're probably coming in straight through the front door.
Oh, crap. Question 2. Do the Italians own this place?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we are absolutely in the heart of enemy territory in all senses.
You are in the dead heart of enemy territory here.
I'm being very careful, by the way, to keep away from anyone who might recognize me.
I'd assumed as such.
Like, probably wear a hat too. Hats are good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to convey that to Foundry. I'm like, Tommy, we got a problem here. this ain't gonna be subtle.
Well, I guess-
Does it? They're gonna come right through the front door. Actually, can I just because I don't think I'll take an action. We still have the radios, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna radio based on who's up there. I'm gonna radio Ruth.
Tricky. Actually, Izzy, are you back?
I am back. I was going to ask where am I and what did I miss because I had to step out for the rest of
So
that
you
meeting.
would have had an actual ticket to the event, except we realized Mr. C needs to disguise himself, otherwise Ruth is gonna know.
Ruth is going to know. Allie is going to know, and
No. Allie, the
Or-
only person that would know here is Ruth because you're specifically in a seat at the superhero table.
oh,
Yep.
If
Unless
you-
you want to have gotten called in by capitalism to help him out behind the bar.
I mean,
That is possible. You said you needed money, so I'll like pay you triple rate or some shit.
wait, why is capitalism running this restaurant? Or is that semantics
Why?
right now?
Semantics.
He just is. We don't know what's happening.
Capitalism
He's
is the
filling
chef
in
and
for
the
someone?
sommelier.
Because of my backstory, I do not think I can actually bartend for this location. Because that hasn't come up yet.
I mean, Izzy, we could have had it come up. I wanted to make it come up, but you were very busy.
Yeah,
Fixing it isn't going to violate the law.
that's not the reason.
I know.
Do we want
Well,
to quick
I don't.
retcon that for you being on site rather than in train space, Izzy?
Sure. You know,
So-
fine.
While everyone was out doing things, some very nice gentlemen visited the last rites to offer George a job. Not a permanent one, but they go, well, you turned us down before. You're the best bartender in town. We have an event that needs the best bartender in town.
I'm assuming Rocco and the others are not present for this.
No, they're in the middle of investigating.
Yeah. I'm just going to look at them and say, I get the feeling you're not going to take no for an answer.
You'll be very well compensated, Mr. Trainland.
They're not threatening me at all?
Not yet. Like, you can tell that the threat is to come out next if you say no.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
rewarded if you do it, punished if you don't.
Yeah, and I know that we have this operation going on in this particular restaurant at this particular time, correct?
Correct.
I'm just going to like be cleaning my glass and I'll just be like, you know what? I prefer to do things peacefully, so sure, I will do this one single event.
That's all we ask. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. Wear your best.
I'm going to look down and say, this is my best.
They're going to hand you a card. Go to this tailor and ask him for the best.
I don't know if I can afford that.
Don't worry about it.
Oh boy.
You're getting a mob suit.
Yay. I'm getting a mob.
Now,
I'm sorry, a
Izzy,
mafia suit.
Does George tell us that you're going to be there bartending, or at least us, other than maybe Ruth?
I'll let you know that I have found a way to get in. I won't need the extra ticket.
Okay. We got to use that ticket for some guys. Guys, who are we giving the ticket to? We've got to bring somebody here.
Jitters.
Jitters.
Jitters!
Jitters!
I have missed some things.
Okay. In actuality, like you guys might want to invite one of your superhero friends, but I don't know them.
No,
So
jitters.
jitters.
Yeah,
Jitters!
Jitters is clearly the correct choice.
Jitters is going to actually have a heart attack in the restaurant, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, and jitters. I am not letting turn down the invitation.
Sounds
As far
legit.
as I know, he is going with two of my friends. whether he likes it or not. Tell him because I may need an informant.
Does Ruth need
Ready
to
to
have a
go on
disguise
set.
then? Does Ruth need to have a disguise then so he won't leak that Ruth is a friend of yours to anyone?
I do not know what this Yamcha is.
It's
Disappointing.
I very much look forward to learning about this character. Sounds like you guys are very
You
excited and
Jitters.
invested in them.
You've met Jitters before.
Did I?
Yeah,
you
Jitters
Wait,
is
what
my
did I
account.
do, Jitters?
It's the informant that Wex goes
The
to
one I
in
keep-
credits.
The one I keep picking on.
I forgot about this entirely somehow.
I've been going to this guy since the very early sessions.
Yeah.
Huh.
You know, I realized something for this tracker for social reasons. Allie needs to be on the tracker.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think saying that Ruth is my friend is not a giveaway. Ruth is a reporter who has done a story based on things we told her.
Yep.
So I don't think that's a give the identity away thing, right?
Nope. Izzy, I dragged George over to the bar, which is
Yep.
in the middle of downtown, a bar actually stocked with alcohol.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at this. I'm like, oh god, it's top shelf.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, so I think we can jump back. If I use the walkie-talkie, how much noise does that make?
Depends on who you're sending to and how loud they've made it.
Well, can I like especially with Foundry here? Can I just send a signal to like Ruth to let her know we need to tell her something, so like she can like go powder her nose or something like that in the bathroom, and then we
Absolutely.
talk?
Easy.
What?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll do that. Again, because Ruth is the one that I think can slip away, and no offense, Sean, between the two of you, I think I'd rather tell her.
Ruth is the
fair.
responsible adult at the table.
Oh my god, yes! It's finally happened.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll get like the little beep on my my hidden communicator and go to the bathroom and hope that it is unoccupied.
It's not just unoccupied, but it's very well soundproofed in the stalls.
Excellent.
That's good.
Like, these are full. You have a door with a private stall, a sink inside of it, so you don't have to interact with anyone else if you don't want to.
This is really handy for right now, but that'll be very inconvenient later. As I think to myself as I grab one of the stalls and answer the phone.
Oh no,
Yep.
there's also an attendant and like a sofa for in case you have to wait.
Have a
Alright.
fainting sofa.
Hey, Red, you there?
Yep, did you get loud and clear? What's up?
We got a problem. So we're looking around to see how our friends are going to make their entrance, and we got a problem with this. This place is locked down tighter than Fort Knox, so more than likely they're coming through the front door.
That's not great.
No,
Alright,
it's not.
keep my
I
eyes
don't know.
peeled.
Don't know what's going to happen. If you can, look for any routes out other than the front. We may need to get civilians out of here in a real hurry.
Roger.
Me and yeah, the two of us will try to see if we can find a alternate route out the back, just in case we got to get people out of line of fire. We'll see what we can do to make contact later. Just keep your eyes out. Make sure Tom doesn't drink the place dry, okay?
I can't really do the last one. He's already like down two bottles by himself. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We've been here for 5
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, fingers. All right, we'll be in touch. Like I said, keep an eye out. If you need to, just send the signal the way I did if we need to talk.
Gotcha.
Over
Best
and out.
of luck.
May we defy destiny tonight. I hope.
Mm-hmm. All
Okay.
right, so
I don't even think those were Was that the action for the turn?
I mean,
haven't
yeah,
gone
that
out.
was your investigation action. We still have Mr. C, Good Spirits, Ruth, and the one villain
Okay,
who's
good.
going to do social things than any of you.
I just wanted to make sure it didn't consume Ruth's stuff to tell her all that.
No, doesn't at all.
Okay, cool. I love superhero games. Actions are as long as they need to be.
Exactly.
I am going to be trying to read magic in the area and kind of just try to be able to pick up on things with
Mhm.
magical senses as much as possible.
Sounds good.
I also don't think that there would be any animals in the area that I could start communicating with, right?
No, like the Donnies here, they were real careful to make sure no animals are in the restaurant.
Can I use otherworldly mythos, or would it be alertness or fey cat for kind of magic sensing?
Otherworldly mythos totally works.
Okay. I don't think I can get away with immortality for this, so I think this is just going to be a straight roll.
Mm-hmm.
4.
4.
Minor
That
twist.
is minor twist. So here's a question: how much are you investing? Like wandering around, looking, taking a bathroom break, and seeing what you can find.
So it depends on like how widespread I can send out my senses where I am from, because like I was thinking that I could seem like I am passed out or drunk while just trying to observe and pick up as much from wide area. But if it works better with me walking around, I'll do that.
I think we've established it works better with you personally being there before.
Okay. So I'll do some walking around.
All right. So up at the beginning, the two obvious sources are Allie and Theodora, but you knew both of them already.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, these two are kind of overwhelming everything else, even if they're both not actively doing anything. They're really the only. Well, they and Ruth are really the main magic sources in that area. George too, though, to a lesser extent, because he's actually no, he's George. He's not really a magic source right now.
I'm not.
Yeah. Can I also?
If you wanted them to have a way to figure out capitalism's there.
Does capitalism give off magic? I'm kind of curious.
So part of what I would be wanting to do would be kind of more prepping so I can pick up on when things start happening as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm. So here's
Just
the thing.
kind of.
You feel a pretty large number in the back of the restaurant when you're wandering through the bathroom and then take a trip over somewhere else. More than you're expecting, because you feel Rocco and there's 2 others in the back of the restaurant. But one of the guys who's definitely posted guard notices you wandering way outside, and he goes, "Hey, you're not supposed to be back here. What the hell are you doing?" You just drew the attention of a minion.
I'll be like, what? Wait, the restroom's not back here.
Okay. All right. Now, the restroom. Can you read?
I am going to seem slightly tipsy.
God,
Just a little bit.
All right. Look, come here. He's just gonna manhandle you to the restroom.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good spirits. Your twist is gonna be hinder with max die for trying to investigate the back of the restaurant, because now they're on the lookout. So you have a -2 for trying to figure out what the hell's going on back there.
I want a picture in the bathroom wall that has a picture of capitalism pointing outwards in black and white with the mustache that says all employees must wash their hands before returning to work.
I love it.
Do not mix blood and business.
And we have George, Ruth, and Allie left.
Did you say that dancing had started happening or would be happening later?
It's happening periodically. There's a dance floor. It's a nice restaurant.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Jitters and be like, so are you more of a foxtrot guy, Charleston, or a Texas Tommy?
Charleston mostly. Jitters is the blood's been draining out of his face since he sat down.
You know, that's so fair. I imagine that because Ruth has probably come into contact with Jitters once or twice when she was like way over her head looking into mob shit, mob or mafia shit. So
He's
she's just
insulted
been like
his head.
talking his ear off the entire time, probably.
Yup. Yeah, dancing's good. Do you want to dance? I don't know where that Tom guy went. He said he had to pee, but he's been gone for like 10 minutes.
It's honestly not a problem. I think we should just have fun tonight.
Yeah.
Famous last words.
Yes. Anyways, I'm gonna try and dance around in different areas with Jitter, to try and just get gossip from like all over and see if I can like tune into anything that is being said of any importance.
Mm-hmm.
Since I am doing dancing, can I do agility and then journalism?
Yep.
Hell yes.
Sounds good to me.
Can I do principle of detective for eavesdropping or no?
100%.
Cool. And let's go, baby.
Oh my, the dice are so spicy tonight.
The dice mean.
You did succeed with a minor twist. You know what? I'm gonna say, Ruth, take damage to max die because you overdid it with the dancing. Like, oh shit, oh, I'm really tired. But you do overhear like a conversation over on the festine table where Theodore's like, "How much longer are we expected to wait for?" And Felix briefly checks his watch. He's like, Something should be starting somewhat soon, but we'll get through the second course at least."
I drop a second lobster bisque on the table.
Oh no! Like,
I know
this
I'm
is
not.
a fancy place. This is like a 5-7 course meal.
Yes, and they are all lobster bisque.
I hate it. I hate it here.
I have a question though. I know I'm not in the room, but I see Angela is here. Does she have her Minnie Mouse?
Yes.
Of course. Because capitalism probably would recognize that, whatever effect that may end up having.
Yep.
But one of the unnamed NPCs is Walt Disney.
I'm gonna tell you this much. That course starts when yellow starts.
Okay, cool. I am, once we finish the next song, going to duck into the ladies' room and relay this to Pokemon.
That things will happen short after second course.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, cool.
We have either George or Allie.
I'll go. I think I'm going to spend my action making some amazing drinks. Two of which I'm going to send to Timothy and Allie with a note because I would obviously recognize her. Telling her to stop at the bar. The bartender wants to speak to her, and of course, because he's the patron of this place, and I'm expected to, I will mix Don Ferrano's favorite drink, which of course I remember from years past.
Of course you do. Is that going to be a hinder on him?
I'm sorry, you what now?
You heard me.
Wait, have I met you before then?
You maybe.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me ask Nick this question.
Boop, 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 doop, doop.
I don't know if I would have, but if you've served the mafia, maybe I have.
I have not, in fact, served the mafia.
Just Don Ferrano.
Because that was in my backstory, Nick. I don't know if you remember that.
I do remember that. I think he probably would have been like security detail there.
Yeah, so I probably would not have interacted with him. That's what I figured.
Yeah, like if Boogeyman sees this, you're probably like, wait a minute, because this was so like earlier when you were alive, and
This would
before
have been
George
ye-
started
this would have been
graying.
this would have been almost a decade ago at this point.
Yeah, you probably briefly saw George, but like you were working security detail at that point, basically.
Yeah, I was kind of low on the totem pole at that point.
Yep.
I think you need to make an overcome to know exactly what the event was.
Yeah, just roll it outside of turn order, Wex. Just a memory check.
Okay, that's on. I don't think I can use intuition on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Can I?
No, intuition is perfect.
All right, intuition. Can I use Revenant just to like pull back from my long history?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to burn a +4 on this.
Mm-hmm.
Session's almost over, and I want to fucking know this.
I don't think it's as important as you think it is, but okay.
And Milano Torino is the cocktail that
Actually,
Dom
you know what?
likes.
I'll use no, I lied. I'll use a +2. I'll use a +2.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, that's a complete success.
So yeah, seeing this in this area and like peeking through the door briefly, Roger's like, wait a minute. Holy shit, George was the bartender at Ferrano's daughter's wedding.
I mean, I knew he was a bartender, but I didn't know he like was that influential a bartender.
Yep.
Interesting.
And I was like, you smell it. Good to see you working again, George. You're as talented as ever.
I'm just going to nod, and that's going to be it.
Mm-hmm.
Respectfully. Not going to say a word.
Yep. He's gonna drink.
You don't take good liquor with poison.
Nope. Izzy, give me a roll for Hinder on the Dawn for actually getting drunk because of fond memories.
Okay, I will do that. I'm going to assume bartending.
Yes.
We're green and I don't know, intuition, awareness,
Yeah.
agility,
Intuition.
principle of clockwork.
Sure.
I know how to.
Oh
make
no,
some good-
Izzy, this is a Hinder and overcome.
Oh, right. Never mind. Take that -2.
Yep. No, last thing is Allie's going to come over to the bar and oh. Well, how wonderful to meet you again, Mr. Trainland.
Alicia, I thought I saw you over there. I have to ask, are you... Did you see an opportunity and choose to sing at this establishment, or were you asked, just like narrowed my eyes, by certain gentlemen to be here?
I put my name out there, and they were very generous in regards to how much they would pay for one of Chicago's finest rising stars to sing at a nice dinner. What about you, Mr. Traylon? This isn't exactly where I'd expect a man like you to be.
It's not where a man like me wants to be. However, I've gone down this path before and I've said no, and I have much more to lose this time around. So saying no for me was unfortunately not an option. You still have that option, and I pray you don't waste the opportunities that have been given to you by throwing your lot in with the wrong crowd.
The thing is, Mr. Trainland, not sure how many children you have. Pretty sure you know how many Pa did. There's a lot to lose that goes both ways, and no one else is willing to do what it takes to actually put anything on the table. Sorry.
I don't think this is the kind of honest work your grandfather would have wanted for his granddaughter.
I don't think this is the kind of city he wanted to see, but it's the city we live in. I have to start my next set. Just a glass of water.
I will slide her what she's asked for, and I'd say, it takes good people to make Chicago a better place. The good people sit by and do nothing. It'll continue as it is. And with that, I will pass her her water and let her go back to her business.
Like, just looking back. I'm no hero, Mr. Trenlin. Frankly, barely anyone is.
You could be. Anyone could be.
And second round of green.
Here we go. Who wants it?
I'll be right back.
I feel like the fight's gonna break out and then we're gonna end for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm concerned about the back room, but I also kind of want to try to set up anything that can warn, like, as things start to go down. Like, kind of, if I can set up some more widespread alarm or alert.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
That's
gonna be
something I would
amused
be
if
able
we
to
end
do.
up.
Go wash.
Oh, John was asking an actual question. I was just gonna say that I'm amused that if combat does end up now, and I probably can't make it next week, we've probably been doing the like a pillar or whatever, or whenever I'm near one of the party members, I would recognize there's like something in the way, so that if I don't make it to the fight, it's just one of those ships passing in the night deals.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I assume you're part of the environment next combat if you're not here.
I am happy to be an invocable environmental element.
I like it.
That feels appropriate, right?
Yup. All right, but we have good spirits taking the first turn.
Yeah, I kind of want to try to, if I can, set up some kind of alarms, magical alarms and alerts, so that when fights end up when things start appearing, I can kind of get some notice.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know we only have so much time before things go down.
Yep.
So I'm going to be trying to do that with my magic. Because unfortunately summoning ghosts would be a little bit too obvious, and there aren't any animals in the area.
Just a bit.
You could lean into the name and summon ghosts into bottles, ready for when you need them.
Yeah, I think that's just going to be a failure. I
Oof.
do not want large
Yep.
magical major twist.
Reasonable. You want to let anyone know that shit's happening in the back for those who are there
Yeah,
to go investigate.
I'll mention it to Ruth briefly as I sit back down that there seems to be something going on in the back room.
Jitters is staring at his lobster bisque very intently as this is happening, definitely overhearing nothing. He is not here to cause any problems.
Oh,
Gotta
poor
appreciate that,
Jitters.
man.
Poor Jitters. Slowly becoming the most lovable NPC in the game.
As it's just the thing of like he keeps having to deal with worse and worse situations that
He
he
Got a
did not
nice
ask
dinner.
for.
In fairness, he did get a nice dinner for free.
He did.
So many lobster bisques.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie, I did think about while Izzy and Don were talking, just saying, "Ah, you're happy over pubskins, sir," and dropping down a lobster bisque for them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Who wishes to go next? It will probably finish out at the start of Yellow, which
That makes sense based on things that will happen. I guess I'll go next. I'm gonna talk to Foundry. I'm like, all right, look, we got to get ready. Things are about to go down. Can you get to your suit? Dan.
Sorry, huh?
I said, we're things about to go down. You and I should get ready. Can you get to your suit?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Then I'm gonna sneak away. Nick, I'm gonna sneak up top and do something a little dumb.
I love a little dumb.
I want to eavesdrop on you know who.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just gonna be invisibility and stealth.
Sound good.
I guess this is an overcome, right?
Yep.
Principle of the underworld. I am sneaking around criminals. Criminals.
Yep. 100%.
Yep, that's a 10.
Yeah, you're fine. So eavesdropping on Felix right now, mostly he's periodically checking his watch for things, periodically looking out the window, and otherwise, like it probably just stabs Rocco in the gut, but it feels like a very nice family dinner outside of all that tension. They're both pretty receptive to whenever Angela has a question or says something.
And I guess that's the other one. I'm gonna like kind of get lost in like watching Angela herself too,
Mm-hmm.
because don't think I have been this close to her in ever, or
Yep.
not since I died.
She's really happy and utterly ignorant about all the tension in the room.
Yeah. So I'm basically kind of keeping lookout there and just making sure that I can stop her, and if an opportunity presents itself, do something I need to do here as well.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
I'll pass her into Foundry if he wants it.
I'm just trying to what I could do to prep.
I'd probably just get in your suit.
I mean, yeah, but I don't have to spend it. I don't have to roll for that.
Prepare the missile pods.
I mean, I don't want to be firing missile pods around on a crowded downtown area.
Did you guys find another exit?
I I don't think we did we, Nick?
Here's the thing: is you guys are part of the team, obviously part of the Teamsters Union. Like, if you want to go out back get a smoke, you can do that. But there's a guy watching the door.
It's mostly just, was there a route to get people out when things go down?
None that don't involve going through one of the Mafia's guards, but
I mean, you could then work on making a new exit.
I mean,
Yeah, let's go with that.
I don't know if I wouldn't go loud yet though.
Well, I could rig something up and then like
Blow it. Yeah,
not pop it until we need it.
that makes sense.
All right. Can I use Gearhead for this?
yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we're taking the minor twist.
All right, so you're trying to make another exit out of here. Which I think it's probably going around and seeing what windows in the back are actually openable and removing some of the locks on them. That sound about right?
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
If you're going quiet.
Yeah.
Honestly, zap yourself for max die. You hit a live wire. Ah, shit, they actually trapped that one.
Okay.
That was Foundry. Who's up next?
Who's left?
I mean, most of you are left. We have George, Ruth, Capitalism, and Allie left.
Maybe Allie?
Boundary's choice.
Yeah, I guess we can give it to Allie.
No. I mean, no one's violent yet.
Yep. All right, let's see here. Well, she did already go and talk to George. I think between another set of singing, he's going to go to was like, oh, aren't you Ruth Leaves, the one who keeps writing the front page news?
Sorry?
Oh, your articles are to die for. She just smiled at Ruth. I do hope you write something great for all this tonight. They're my own songs, you know.
Do you mind if I get a little bit closer to hear them a bit better?
Oh, of course. There's a little table over here.
Yes!
Yep, there's a table that they have mostly been stashing the band's drinks on, which is to say, Allie and Timothy's drinks on.
Honestly, Ruth is probably more comfortable there than at, like, an actual proper table.
Are you just leaving poor Jitters by himself?
No, Jitters is there with Tom.
Yeah.
Jitters and Tom are hanging out. It's boy talk.
Yeah, Jitters is just like, so, I've never been here before. Have you been here before?
The Tom pauses, spends a few minutes thinking. Maybe 30 years ago?
Oh, man. You've aged well. And I wish I could age that well. I'm already gray. Oh no, it's another one there. As he looks up at his hair.
Oh, poor man.
Yeah, I expect Jitters is like only in his mid-30s at worst.
But stress.
Yeah, meanwhile, Allie is just trying to get a good article into the paper tomorrow and probably hitting Ruth with a little bit of magic suggestion to make it happen.
I feel like this is the appropriate time to flirt with her.
Do you want to go next, Ruth?
You know what? Yeah, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Intuition and persuasion?
Perfect.
This is a bad idea, but also session is ending soon. +3. That's a 7.
Minor twist. Hmm. I think the minor twist is probably Ruth is actually very distracted and forgets about the job, which is like, especially I was like, oh dear, tell me more, and you're like, wait, crap, actual magical voice is talking to me.
Wait, shit, I shouldn't be focused on this thing. Yeah, that's fair.
And she's like, oh no, but please tell me more, or maybe grab a drink.
I mean, honestly, I'm very intrigued by how you got your start, actually, if I want to write an article on you. Which I must confess your playing is much better than the type that that I normally have to cover.
Oh well, the start's so long, we'll have to do a one-on-one later. Tell you what at tomorrow at 6? I know a great place.
I can be free.
This just loses track of the plot.
Oh, I'm sure it'll come crashing through the door shortly.
Yep. Are we gonna go for George or Mr. C?
I feel like
I thought I
George,
told
Mr. C,
someone
or Capital?
responsible.
I want to throw it to Mr. Conductor because I want to end on capitalism nonsense.
That sounds reasonable.
I figured out something. It's terrible, but it'll be fun.
I don't know what I want to do. Am I aware capitalism is here?
Drugs.
Currently, actually, yes, you are aware he's here because he's the sommelier.
How can you see past my mustache?
Mustache.
You're here just as capitalism, or you here as Mad Max Turstock?
Who?
Your quote-unquote alter ego.
Never heard of him.
That's what I thought. Okay.
We get confused a lot, but I have this mustache, see?
Right, I'm going to say as I slide down a drink to you.
Which table is this for? I gotta get him out fast. We gotta keep moving. It's a busy night.
The one with the
Place is
report.
packed with enforcers.
Yeah, the one with the reporter attitude.
Okay.
I don't fucking know. you know, fuck it. I'm gonna boost capitalism. That's gonna be my turn.
No. Save it. I probably won't be around next week.
Are you
use it right now?
Are you doing something on your next action?
Yeah.
Then I'm boosting you.
Okay.
That's a +2 to whatever you're doing. I'm going to slide that down to you, and say that's for the reporter at the table. Say iced Irish coffee.
Let's see. I believe that is in fact Ruth Ann how do I pronounce that anyway?
Lives.
Lives. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get it right over. I guess I'll just bring it over to Satanic Shot.
Thanks.
Yeah, the bartender sent it over. Did you order this?
No.
Okay,
Is
it's
you
not
sure
the
that it
normal
was-
specials.
Are you sure it's supposed to come to this table?
Something about a reporter?
Oh.
With that, Alex was like, "Oh, don't worry, dear. People just appreciate you being here."
I highly doubt that, but thanks for the kind words.
Well, enjoy this drink, person I've never met before. I go back to the back room.
Capitalism, a help.
Love it.
See, but he can be saying that to both of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh no! Given what Ruth rolls, I was like, after Ruth takes it. Oh, could I try some?
Yeah. Help yourself.
Take some, and probably like while she's in the middle of taking a sip, that we're gonna enter yellow, and I'm going to announce some things, and then we'll end session. Which is
Oh, I don't get to go?
You yeah, someone has to go. You suddenly hear gunshots from outside. You know, always a bit foreboding.
Yep.
Chicago Lightning, baby.
Yeah, inside, nothing really has changed. So Allie goes, "Oh, delicious. We'll have to get more of these tomorrow." To Ruth, and then in the back, has Rocket returned in the back, or is he still hiding in a bush up front?
I am hiding, waiting for things to happen.
Well, gunshots have started sounding. You're up front now.
Mm-hmm.
But in the back, a guy comes out of one of the back parts smoking. Goes, "Finally, let's get this shit over with." Up front, well, Tom recognizes this man. So he just kind of looks over Tom. And out front, Ruth can feel her gun move a bit, and just a whisper of, "They're here." And that session, everybody.
Ominous. Love it.